Glad you could join us today from Iowa. Cougars 2-0 on the season. Today facing a team that put 52 points on the board here at home last Saturday. Two safeties back, but again, everybody, all 11, within about 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. Now here comes the snap, and they look. Here's a throw near side, and that one is nearly picked off, and it may have been. It was Lee Stewart. They were trying to hit on the little square-out run by Boris, but only Lee Stewart followed the quarterback's eyes. And on the first possession by the Bees, it's Stewart who gets the interception. And for the Cougars, that is their fourth interception already of the season. Casey Cole is the wingback to the left side as here is play action fake down. They throw for long, looking for Rocky James. He's got the over-the-shoulder catch inside the 20. Had a step on the defender, and it'll be 1st and 10 inside the red zone for the Cougars at the 19-yard line. Against the wind that time. Ferrer on the money to Rocky James. And Rixey flanked out to the right side as well. Now he comes in motion. And here's the quick slant, and there's James and the quick touchdown. From 13 yards out, on the money, Nick Ferrer to Rocky James. And the Cougars at the 7:40 mark on the board for the first time today. And they will take a quick 6-0 lead. 13 yards on the scoring strike. Mid-States Football Association tacklers. Here is the draw coming up. They give the hops, tries to cut to his right. Harnish is there, but he had a lot of help. There were 3 other Cougar defenders that flew to the football as well to bring up 3rd down. In fact, that's a loss of about a yard. So to bring up 3rd down and 9. Rocky James, who caught the touchdown on that quick slant. He's in the game wide to the left side. Kobe Easley, who leads them with 12 tackles. Here's a quick throw over the middle. That's Boswell. He's got it. He's got a step at midfield inside the 40 in a foot race. Inside the 25 to the 20 and brought down with a touchdown-saving shoestring tackle. So Jake Plant at 6'2", a senior, did not give up on Boswell. Sean was just inches away from stepping out of that tackle into the house, but as it is, it's a good pass play combination, and the Cougars knocking on the door in the red zone once again. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the Bees' 13-yard line. Just that close from having a 13-0 lead. Now, Ferrer will have to go back to work. Call sets up tight to the left side, lined up behind him. At the wingback is Blackwell. Rixey comes in motion. Counter run comes Green, cuts up the middle, off tackle, cuts into the end zone. Does he get in? He does. High steps it in from 13 yards out. Justin Green with a second Cougar score of the day at the 5:04 mark. That time the Cougar influence offensively was with Rixey coming from right to left. But the counter handoff with Green angling out to his right following the block by Austin Smoger and Nick Shoemaker into the end zone. And a 13-yard dash to Hader to make it 13-0 at the 37-yard line. Now they look for Hops, and Hops trying to work off tackle to the right side. Nothing there. He's going to maybe lose about a half a yard. Cougars with Pearson Harnish there. And let's see, I think that's Big Hemmelgarn getting up off the bottom of the pile as well. Hemmelgarn, the national championship game, had 3 tackles, 1.5 for loss, and 2 sacks. They hurry up the line of scrimmage. Is Romani ready to take the snap again? High snap, now throws to the right, high ball, incomplete. That was a high ball, and Wilmer Cole came over. Now he was playing the man and drove the would-be receiver out of bounds, but again, it was incidental play. He did not see the ball deflect away. And Rixey split wide to the near side. He's had a busy day already early as Green takes it's a play action fake and a throw. Rixey's got it at the 30. And I'll tell you what, he fumbled the ball. Was he down? I don't think he was. I think St. Ambrose may have the football. One official, the head linesman, says they may have blown the whistle, though, at the 31, and the Cougars will have maintained possession of the football. That was close, though. He was spun around, Rixey was. And I think the whistle blew because his knee really wasn't down, but his forward progress was stopped. gain about 15 of those 20 yards necessary. Cougars trying to reach their own 35 on this snap. Shotgun formation this time. Ferrer, short drop, looks, pulls it down, throws again, wide open catch. That's Call, bounces off a tackle, runs to midfield into B's territory, and he takes the ball down to about the 47-yard line. And Casey Call looking good today. Ferrer with time in the pocket. Offensive line giving him time to run the checkdowns as Call leaves the ball game now. And Rocky James split wide of him. Crowd coming alive as Ferrer looks to throw. He's got a quick delivery. Rixey turns and tiptoes it down the sideline. Touchdown. 4th and 3. The Cougars get it all. 12:36 the time of the score. Again, 13 yards on the scoring strike, and Ferrer for the second time today through the air, this time hooking up with Rixey. And the Cougars again trying to take a 2-touchdown lead. And here we go. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Ferrer hands the ball, and here's Green looking for running room. Finds it, cuts to the second level, and all the way out across the 40 to about the 41-yard line. One of the best runs of the day for Justin Green. 120 yards last week against the Saints of USF Illinois on 22 carries. Scored 2 rushing touchdowns. He has 1 today already. Clock moves inside 11 minutes here in this second quarter. Rocky James, who has a touchdown catch, he's in wide to the right side. And Duke Blackwell will check in also up in the slot to the right side. And here is a stretch handoff. Green looks for running room, cuts back to his left. He's at the 45-50, jumps over would-be tacklers, and that carries him down to the B's 40-yard line. Nifty footwork once again, a play designed to go off to the right, but the hole was not there. Green recognized, cut back to his left, and picks up big yards once again. 1st and 10 at the Ambrose 40-yard line. And on a day like today, with the heat and the heavy hitting, it might be a matter of conditioning who survives. 2nd and 10. Here's Green back in there, trying to cut to the outside. Gets away from 1, gets away from 2. Turns the corners, got the first down. Legs it down the right sidelines, and is he in? He's out of bounds, apparently. Stepped out of bounds short of the goal line. It'll be a first down. It'll be 1st and goal at the Bees inside the 4, close to the 3-yard line. So Green that close to his second rushing touchdown of the afternoon. They'll have to come back and do it again. Boy, Green, marvelous job of breaking tackles. DBs come up and press coverage on James to the outside. Motion right to left by Rixey. Here's for, no, he did give the ball off, and that will be an easy touchdown run for Dan Rixey. Very deft handling of that little touch pass. It is a pass, and it'll be a touchdown for the Cougars on the board once again. But we can tell you that Tanner Champley has scored 3 rushing touchdowns today, and he is keeping the Bees very much alive against the top-ranked Cougars. 28-21 with still just over 4 minutes remaining. Now the Cougars try to go to work again. And here is Rixey back inside the 5. Works to the 10, 15, cuts to the outside, 20, 25, dragging tacklers, spins across the 30, and out to about the 36-yard line. Good return by Dan Rixey. Rocky James wide to the left. Looks like he'll have double coverage on him. 2 safeties back as Ferrer looks, pulls down, checks off, throws. James has got the catch, and he's into B's territory inside the 45. He was not the first choice for Nick Ferrer, but he was the second. And Rocky James with that catch and run for extra yardage after the catch to the B's 43-yard line. And here is Jake Romani out of the pistol on the draw, hands it off, and that's going nowhere. Cougars came, and it was O'Connor that took the handoff. Eric Himmelgarn was in on the stop and runs off the field very quickly, so it's a loss of 5. So the Bees have got it inside their own 25, back at the 23 now. And second down and long. Read option again. They'll run the ball, and there's some running room to the right side. And a big hit by Ryan Johnson to the ball, pop free. And the Cougars think they've got it. Let's see who's coming up with that ball. It'll be Blake Schumacher, I believe. So Schumacher's got the ball and tosses it to the official. And back-to-back turnovers. And the Cougars not done with 56 seconds remaining, as they'll have 1st and 10 just outside the, well, they'll spot it right at the Bees' 35-yard line. So Ferrer had it stripped away. And then the running back coughing it up for the Bees. Now let's see if the Cougars can capitalize. They've got to drive 35 yards in under a minute. And 2 wide to the right side. Rocky James wide to the near side. And here's Ferrer dropping to throw again. Looking. Throws to the spot. He's got a man. That's a catch. Rixey. Touchdown. 1 play, 1 touchdown. Good for 35 yards. And the Cougars on the money once again into the end zone with 49 seconds remaining. Rixey with the touchdown catch. Caught it at the 5, stepped out of a would-be tackle, and the Cougars trying to take that 2-touchdown lead to the dressing room with them. Meanwhile, we're back to live action. Romani on the read option again, hands it off. Hops tries the left side, does not get much. Got maybe just across the 25, and let's see if the Bees are interested in using any of their 3 timeouts now. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Eli Petty does check into the game. Ryan Johnson's got the coverage on him. Comes up in press coverage now. They want to set up the bubble screen? No. They'll hand the ball off, and that was a mistake. As Mr. 98, 320-pound senior, 6'5", Eric Hemmelgarn says, I will have none of that. And it's a loss all the way back to the 40-yard line. So Hemmelgarn imposing his will. He had 5 a week ago, 9 in the past 2 weeks in the first half. Green looking for running room. Turns the corner, 40, 45. Down the right sidelines, has a blocker out in front, but he angles out of bounds into Bees territory at the 49-yard line. Justin Green also running hard again today. He had 12 carries for 96 yards in the first half, averaging 8 yards a carry, 1 rushing touchdown, and that run won't hurt his average whatsoever. Now call comes up on the line of scrimmage, 2 wide to the left. Ferrer, blitz coming defensive right side. Quick throw to the right, the screen is there. Rixey looking, got a block. Works down the right side, inside the 30, 25, 20, and he will score. Right now, if he did not step out of bounds, it will be a touchdown run of 39 yards at the 9:51 mark. We will call that 39 yards. Here in the third quarter. And Ferrer, unlike a week ago when he threw 5 touchdown passes in the first half, he's got his 5th here today and the first of the second half. Well up. Meanwhile, read option, they want to throw. The blitz is coming, and they've got to sack the first of the ball game. I think that was Matt Swartz that came through there. Swartz with the sack on quarterback Jake Romani. So that'll be a loss back to about the 17-yard line. Cougar defense getting stronger as this game wears on. Again, all 11 within about 8-9 yards of the line of scrimmage. Romani dropping the throw, screens the ball near side. Has got a catch, but there's Dunton at the 13, and it's another loss. So they complete the pass, but they're going the other way. That was Bailey Hops on the receiving end on that little flare-out pass into the flats, but nothing there. Now it's 3rd down and even longer. They'll mark that ball actually on the 15. That was a generous spot of the football. Meanwhile, it's Rao at the 5. Steps out to about the 6 and looking for the sidearm kick, kind of a side leg kick. Running up to it, Boswell fields it on the knees, brings it to the 35 to the 30-yard line. Sean Boswell took a chance. That ball was dying. He had to reach down and gathered up just off the turf, about knee level, held onto the ball, did not fumble it away, and picks up another 8-10 yards on the punt return. It'll be 1st and 10, USF in great field position at the Bees 31-yard line. Behind him, offset a little bit to the right now. Petty comes in motion, right to left. Works back to the left side, trying to block for Hobson. He won't get anywhere. Boy, Pearson Harnish got in there, slowed him up, and then there were other 3 silver helmets that got in there to assist on the tackle. And that's going to be a loss back around the 13-yard line. So call it 3rd down and 6. He'll be the one back in the Cougar offense. Pistol alignment for Ferrer, hands the ball to Green. He's got a hole right side and quickly inside the 30 and tripped up as he reached the 20 down to the 19-yard line. And again, might have been a Jake Platt saving touchdown. He's made a couple of those today. Green with that burst of speed, 120 yards in the first half, and a big hole opened by that offensive line off to the right side. It'll be 1st and 10. They'll mark it at the Bees 20-yard line. The slot to the right side. And here is Champley back in there looking for running room. The ball is free. Who will get it? Still loose. And the Cougars, I believe, have got it at the 45. Let's see who covered up on that football for St. Francis. Getting up off the bottom of the pile, still waiting, and maybe taking a little bit of a hit because he's still down. We'll try to get the glasses, but St. Francis will have the ball on the fumble recovery at the 45-yard line. Too wide to the short side to the right. Ferrer looks to throw again. Throws downfield. He's got a wide open catch inside the 20. Spinning move. Is that Boswell? No, it's Blackwell. Nice spinning move after the catch, and he's all the way down to the 10-yard line. So Duke Blackwell with some nice moves. Only 5'9", a sophomore out of New Pal. And has got the Cougars now knocking on the door. 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. Looks to drop and throw again. Steps up in the pocket, throws the right side, picked off. Here comes Ryan Johnson to the house and a pick 6. He returns it 18 yards, and Ryan Johnson has had a big play each of these first 3 weeks. Now there is a penalty flag on the field. Let's hold off. Let's see what we've got from Jerry Frump, but right now an 18-yard pick 6 by Ryan Johnson. What a call. Roughing the quarterback. They hit him below the knees is what Jerry Frump said. And instead of a pick 6 touchdown, the defense has to stay out there. Up on the wing to the right side. Comes back in motion right to left to the near side. And Romani looking. He'll screen the ball to the far side. It's caught by Hops. Hops tripped up and dropped at about the 24-yard line. So he'll get back to the line of scrimmage after all that running around. And let's call it still 2nd down and 10. Hops out of the game. Romani looking to his left. Read option, hands it off, and O'Connor stacked up right at the 15, didn't get there. So it'll be a 4th down call coming up. Needed a yard, didn't get it. Cougars trying to stand tall on a warm day. Well, to bring in some blocking support now. And Romani, basically in an empty set, wants to run himself off to the left side and spins, didn't get it. Got only back to the 15 as Pearson Harnish came in. They had 2 blockers out in front, and somehow Pearson got through there to slow him up. And the Cougars stop him on 4th down, and they'll take over the football. So Ferrer wanting to throw yet again. Looks, throws down the middle. Doesn't look like anybody's there. Did Rocky James come up with that ball? He did. He split 2 defenders. They had double coverage down there. And Rocky James somehow timed his leap and grabbed that football for a 1st down. And they will have it 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And that is definitely going to make the highlight film. So Ferrer threw that ball high, put a lot of air under it. didn't look like it had a prayer of being completed, but Rocky James thought otherwise. To the near side as Ferrer wants to throw again, looks, checks off, throws back, checks, look to the middle. Rixey's got it inside the 20-yard line, gave some ground back, but works his way back to the 20-yard line, and the Cougars in the red zone once again with just over 4 minutes remaining in this ball game. Ferrer with the time, checked off, wanted to go to his left. Instead throws back to the right side in the middle of the field basically for Dan Rixey. It'll be second down and 10 after no gain. And Ferrer looking, throws out the out pattern. There's a catch made, and it'll be a touchdown this time. And I think that's Nate Carson out there with his first touchdown catch of the ball game. No penalty flag. So Nate Carson at the 2:55 mark. And one of the things today, the Cougar receivers have done a really good job of being able to break initial contact and break tackles and get into the end zone. So 2:55 remains. And the touchdown from Ferrer to Nate Carson. Well, the Bees would like to salvage something late here. They're down 49-21. Cougars by 4 touchdowns. Here's the high end-over-end kickoff. It'll come down inside the 10. And a return off to the right side and across the 15. Cougars really fired up here. They pushed the ball carrier back as down there to make that stop was Ryan Johnson once again. By the way, earlier on that pick 6 that was wiped out, I said Ryan Johnson was actually number 22, Stan Jackson. Dropping Romani, screens it out near side. Catch is made, and wow, a driving tackle. Good play defensively, knifing in there. That was Vito Tapia. And hit him right in the ankle. In fact, the ball carrier slow getting up for the Bees. They will help him up. And he's okay. That is good. That was Osterberger. Both teams getting in fresh numbers now in the late going. Clock exactly 2 minutes. Romani out of the pistol, looking play action, and hands the ball off, and nothing doing. Cougars stopped that for very little. In fact, the loss on the play. Check the Cougar number out there, making that play. That was Mitchell Thornbury in on the stop for this Cougar defense. And right now a 49-21 lead for St. Francis, ranked number 1. So Cenarius is in, hands the ball off. There's some running room up the middle, and fresh legs make a difference, don't they? As the ball carrier brings it out to midfield, and that was Eli Wallace. Wallace, which will probably be the final play of the ball game. Triple zeros come up on the clock, and the Cougars were tested here today on the road. We knew they would be, but they find a way. Manufacturing scores. Nick Ferrer with over 300 yards in the first half and leading the Cougars en route to a 49-21 road victory here. And the Cougars now in lifetime against the Bees, they are 10-1. The only victory for St. Ambrose